because they got to get it rolling fairly quickly if you are on this T side. It needs to be decently fast-paced. And so far, it looks like it's what's going to be. Zontaris making his way down into vents here. Wants to catch him out if they do try for a vents drop, but that is not the name of the game just yet for Sinners. They're still going to be playing this one out slowly, tossing some utility onto this A site. Could be an A site rush. So far, it looks like, well, it's going to be a more to be able to find one. BC can watch and give him five trades, though, as it's brought down into a 2 versus 4. Advantage going the way of Eternal Fire, but that will be traded back as Oscar now left in a 1 versus 2. With the Glock, wins his fight. Now stuck in this 1 versus 1 here. He is 3 HP to his name, and Galax has certainly more to work with. That will go into the favor of Eternal Fire. First round, hard-fought round. Initial shot out, Woxic. Oh, he's got that up. He's a deadly force to behold, and he's going to be able to find out Shock there. Playing aggressive. Going to be able to find a second. That flash working into his favor. Just like that, this round kind of being shut down here for Sinners. They got to play carefully now. Woxic playing as aggressive as he is with backup. It's going to prove to be such a nail in the coffin for the round if he does find one more. Nissa finding Zedko pretty much seals the deal, leaving it all down to Oscar and Beastique. Beastique makes his way around, finds the initial, not tagged down at all. Starts to make his way towards his A site, uses a flash to try and gain himself an advantage, will win his fight. Still at 100 HP. This is working out beautifully for them. They'll be able to get this plant now. Beastique still hanging up in the rafters. So Oscar tries to make his way around the site to try and get a more advantageous position. Woxic whiffing that shot as Oscar nails him through the side of the wall there. The concrete giving way to his death. And just like that, Galax last man standing. 1 versus 2. Beastique being the hero of this round. Really looking good right now. Alex will be able to catch out Oscar. Beastique's got to play this rather safe. Doesn't want to overdo it, and Alex won't have time to get defused. That'll be all she wrote for the round. Stairs Esports rebounding there as Beastique pulls out some heroics. Something we do see out of Oscar fairly often here on their CT side. But, of course, Oscar going to catch out Woxic there. Gets blinded and does not get into position in time and will be found out. That's going to be that AWPer dropping. That's such a huge impact frag as well for Sinners to work with. Ooh, Beastique missing that shot could prove to be a problem here in the long run. That's information gained there for Eternal Fire with not much damage done. As Zontar does find one, and more will fall. And Neo, there for the refrag, waiting it out. They know the op from Oscar is a deadly force to behold. But the information shall be given there, and I think the save call is going to be made. Sinner still opting to hunt, though, to a degree. I don't think they're going to find them in time. The ult there was not retrieved for Eternal Fire. They're just opting. Not to mention Zontaris wanting to take the fight over here. We'll spot the head of Shock, but disengages. Oh, Zontar able to find 2 as Woxic finds a 3rd. Just like that, this round done, dusted. A bit unfortunate there for the side of Sinners. Beastique and Oscar, last 2 men standing, don't really have time to retrieve or the HP on Oscar to work with. Yeah, Oscar and Beastique opting to save rifles over. Right gap in the smoke. But Shock peeking out, finds 2, but Zontara walks it to clean up the rest. Oh, God, Woxic so quick right now. The A1S spam. Very sad, chat. It's like gonna be able to find the initial one onto Zeko. That's the first pick that Qualifier need to get things going. Nicely done. Zontara is just all over the place today. Looking really clean. Him and Nessa already bringing this down to a 3 versus 5. And Sinners can't really touch that CT side just yet, but just right here might be what we need to see. Claxon will find the initial shock there for the refrag, brings it down to a 2 versus 4. This round, not looking good though. It's looking a little hazy. Zontara is able to find one to shock Oscar there to respond back with one onto Issa. Oh, the timing on that's just so good for Zontara's. Oh, shock. Alrighty, yeah, no, do that. That works. Shock gonna be able to find that initial one to a more. That's gonna start to open things up towards that B site as they make their way down towards Secret. Now Clax, not a great position either. Gets found out by Shock. Shock having a field day this round. Just like that, a perfectly clean take, no damage dealt to their center squad. And Eternal Fire knows it. They know they need to save here. Something interesting might be is that they might be throwing this as a bait. Bomb's still up towards lobby. They're gonna make their way into many shots out of Issa. Gonna get the one more good for the trade as Issa does fall to Neofrag's rifle. Neofrag able to find himself a second as well. Now knows the dangers from behind. Woxic gonna be able to find out Oscar as he peeks out into his scope. Oh, very close there. Nearly finds himself a second. And oh dear God, Woxic brings it down into the 1 versus 3. Neo can't cope, and that will be a 10th for the half there for Eternal Fire. 10-5. As they prep for the Eternal Fire onslaught to begin. It looks like they want to make their way towards ramp. They're starting to wheedle the way around. Shock gonna be there to find. Ooh, getting dinked actually. He responds back with some tags, but it won't be enough. Oh, a bit unfortunate there as Mystic does get eliminated. Now the rotates coming on through. Centers. So far, not putting up what they need to. But Neofrag responding back with 3. Shut things down as Zeko finishes it off himself. Early aggression coming out from Sinner is going to be punished there as Oscar does fall shock there for the. Sinner should be looking to respond. Good shots from Shock. Gonna be able to find the initial. Woxic there for the refresh. Down to a 2 versus 2. Trading it down to even. Shock good for 1. Now leaving it down to just the boys of Shock and Neo. Of course, Shock gonna be caught there by Clax. Now Neofrag left all alone in a 1 versus 2. We need to pull off a huge clutch here in order to do so. Pops open single doors. No one there to respond just yet. Spots one out. Tosses the molly up there into observation. Taps the bomb. That's going to force Eternal Fire's hand here as Woxic has to make a push. He taps it and holds it. I'm not sure they know he's doing that. Clax might be able to catch him out, though. This is unfortunate there. No kit. Well, it'll be eliminated there by Clax, putting an 11th on the board. If he had the kit, things could have been looking better, but unfortunately for him, it wouldn't have been enough. Oscar able to find 1. That's an initial frag. This is a full buy round. Some more right will eliminate him, but Zeko there for 2 brings it down to a 2 versus 4. The man advantage going the way of Synergy Esports as Issa does find 1 outside into mini. Now down to just the last 2 members of Sinners as Woxic eliminates Neofrag. Double ups. Last 2 left, and oh dear God, Shock caught. And the bomb headed to B. This is not the position you want to see Sinners in as Eternal Fire look to put a 12th on the board. Looks like the man has a plan, looking to come out into this one, and oh, God! Nicely done, Zeko. Gonna be able to find one. Issa and Klax able to find two. They're working down on 4 versus 3. Man advantage being traded back and forth. Neil gonna be able to get 2. Leaves it down to Issa and Woxic. The trade from the HE gonna be good from Issa. And Shock still looking to take the fight here with Woxic. Ooh! Barely wins that by the skin of his teeth. And Issa dropping down there into Vince quickly. Wants to go ahead, get a plant. Closes a single door. He's going to be hearing these players. And ooh, Oscar disrupts him. Eliminates him. And of course, the full buy now out of Eternal Fire. These AKs could be the difference maker. It turns out that Galil will be, as Neo does lose his life. They have the advantage coming into this first initial take. It looks like they want to start positioning themselves for A. Zeko will be the player to shut things down. We'll be able to find one. Of course, Woxic there for the refrag. That's going to be a lot of information called there for Sinners, and they're going to start to respond to it. Beastique and Shot going to be eliminated, though, leaving it down to Oscar. Of course, Oscar not going to want to try and go for this one. As it's left into a 1 versus 4. Save call going to be made. His econ not looking the greatest here. His team's econ looking alright. They should be able to afford themselves that full buy into the next. But he certainly won't be able to afford himself an op if he does opt to try and fight this. Unfortunately, Graham Woxic going to bind him. Default coming out here from Eternal Fire. They're looking to play aggressive as Zeko is too. But unfortunately for Zeko, he will be traded post-haste there by Zontares. He will be able to find Issa. But it's a 1 and done as Neo does get the refrag. And Oscar through the smoke will be good for 1 as well. Just like that, shutting down the attack that Eternal Fire was putting up. This is a very quick rifle round, not allowing Eternal Fire to do anything really. A beautiful bottom hero AK. It's looking to play quick. Oh, Shock. The op going to be eliminated there. But Neo there to pick up the damage. Will be able to get 2 as the refrag does come through from Zontares to equalize things back out into their favor. Issa gonna be able to find one more. That's this round kind of shut down here, unfortunately, here for Sinners. It's Beastique now the last man standing. Won't be able to try and retake into this one, and we're gonna be staring at match points here for Eternal Fire. As they could be 1 away from ending the matchup. Of course, Beastique gonna be able to find 1. It's not enough to get things really to go for. If he found Woxic somehow. No, that's not gonna happen. Neo gonna be able to find 1 through the smoke. But of course, Beastique gonna be eliminated there by the HE. As he was severely tagged down. Sinners have to work within this one. Is the fact that Woxic is as low as he is. Oscar gonna be able to find 1. Leaves it down to a 3 versus 3. Now Woxic and Co. Looking to make their way around over here towards Many. We're looking to deny Sinners this round. Which could be rather unfortunate. One player we do need to watch over here is going to be Zadko, but he's going to be caught out immediately. As Shock does respond back with one of his own, but the Molly pushing him out of position. Neofrag able to find 1. But Amora now in a 1 versus 2. Knows where both of them are. He heard the noise. Finds the shots on the Shock. He does get tagged down. Shots are good for more for 1 and 2. And unfortunately there for Sinners, they fall out. And Eternal Fire move on. 16. Done, dusted, collected.
As a child